Yo, what is up guys? Welcome back to a brand new video here today and another F1 2020 hot lap video. Today we are here at Silverstone for the British Grand Prix and we're going to start a lap here today. If you guys enjoy these hot laps, drop me a like and subscribe if you're new, and let's get this one underway. So here we go, the new pit straight with the brand new bridge over the top into turn 1, absolutely flat out through here. Important to take a lot of inside curb, keep it nice and tight through turn 2, and now into turn 3, brake as the curve appears on the left hand side between the 50 and the 100 meter board, down to 3rd gear, short shift back up to 4th, and then back down to 2nd gear for turn 4. Important to try and get a really good exit out of there and short shift if you need to. Use all of the curbing both inside and outside as we now go down towards the heavy brake zone of Brooklands. 50 meter board down to 6th gear and then down to 4th, 2 at a time, and then opening up the right hander of Luffield. Important to get a really nice exit, short shifting and 4th and using all the curb on the exit there to really make the corner as wide as possible. Try and cut Woodcup, the old final corner, as we now go along the old pit straight into the old turn 1. 50 meter board is your reference to turn in, absolutely flat out of course in these cars, and no hesitation on the throttle. Flat through the first left and the first right, small lift and a downshift through the next left, and then the final one in 6th gear to get the best drive off the corner as we go through Chapel. We now go onto the hanger straight, flat out of course, 8th gear, DRS wide open, and we approach Stowe corner. The 50 meter board is your reference to brake and turn in at the same time. Down to 6th gear, hold it there, you get a really good drive once again on the exit, and now into the penultimate chicane, 3rd gear. Important to really open up the right hander here and short shift to 4th midway through, really get that nice clean traction through the final corner and up to the line, and there we go. That is a lap of Silverstone. There probably was a little bit more time to find, maybe a 24.1, maybe a 0.2, but generally it was a pretty good lap. And again, as always, no assists, very happy with it. To be fair, this is a track where all the esports guys have been doing laps around here. You got Rasmussen, you got Bianco Lilla, Marcel Kiefer, Shaka Clay, Daniel Haddad, literally Opmir. All these guys are all esports drivers, so it looks like these guys have been hard at work around this track. We are 7/10 off the first legitimate lap time from Frederick Rasmussen, but aerodynamics wise, 3.6 is what I use around here, 65/50 on the transmission. Suspension geometry is interesting, but I run negative 280, negative 120, 009, 029, and then on suspension 146914 on the ride height. Brakes, as always, they are subjective, but I use my regular 95/50. That's what I like best and works best for me. And then tire pressures pretty low actually, 22.2, 21.4, 20.3, and 19.9. The reason they are so low is because around Silverstone it's very easy to overheat your tires, especially the front left. So I run them very low, and to kind of compensate for the overheating. So yeah, overall it was a pretty good lap in fairness. There was no real weakness, like every corner was pretty much perfect. I think there was very minor margins to gain everywhere, if that makes sense, and that would have added up to maybe a 10th, but again, this corner here, turns 3 and 4, very tricky, complex. There's a lot of different lines and gears you can use. I still don't quite know if I've got the perfect combination, but on this particular lap, I thought I got it pretty good, to be fair. But those two corners, really challenging, 3 and 4, by far the hardest and most technical corners on this track because it's so hard to get them right. We then go through Brooklands and Luffield, pretty straightforward. And important to try and keep it relatively tight through here and use all the exit curb. It's going to really help you out lap time wise. And then the rest of the lap is pretty straightforward, because it's all about medium to high speed corners, so it's all about the setup, which does a good job of giving you good downforce and confidence. Of course, as you can see, flat out through Copse, and then Maggots, Beckett's and Chapel as well. Flat out through here, flat out through here, and then it's just a downshift and a small lift through the left, and then another little lift and a little bit of braking into the final right hander, and Chapel of course flat as always. And it's very straightforward. Copse as well is a flat out corner, the old turn 1, and Stowe, this one coming up right now, 6th gear, is a lot quicker this year. 6th gear is really strong around here. I find it gives you good drive. I noticed there at Austria as well, it was a very strong gear to use in medium to high speed corners. And then the front chicane, it's all about just making sure you don't ruin the lap and don't spin on traction. And there you go, a run up to the line, and that is a lap of the Silverstone circuit. But guys, that's it from me here today. If you enjoyed the video, like and subscribe, and you'll be seeing more of these hot laps very soon on the channel. So yeah, there's on screen right now the full link to the playlist and also the previous episode at Austria. But guys, like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next one very soon, which I believe will be the Hungarian Grand Prix hot lap. So stay tuned for that one, guys. But until then, take care, and it's goodbye from me.